This is going to be an awkward review. What's going on, y'all? This is OBB, the Diecast News Guy, and bringing you all with another next-gen Diecast review provided by my good friends at Circle B Diecast. You guys know what time it is. Make sure to use that promo code OBBYT to get $5 off of shipping on your next purchase. It's got to be $30 or more in order for that to kick in. But today's going to be on a Diecast that I think I probably couldn't time this any more better or, uneventfully. It is going to be on probably the most controversial driver of this week and heading into the next weekend at Miami. This is Bubba Wallace's 2022 McDonald's Toyota Camry for 2311 Racing. So yeah, that happened. That happened at Las Vegas, guys. And I'm literally uploading this video at the time where we just got the announcement that Bubba Wallace has been suspended for one race, which that's all he has. So we'll probably get to more than that in a second, guys. But getting back to the diecast, I must say, guys, first of all, I do have this car taken off the base because it is supposed to be mounted on a base. But you know me, I don't like those bases. So I do have this taken off. But when you do get this diecast, no matter if you get the metal chassis version or this diecast, and I highly doubt we're going to get this car in NASCAR Authentics, it's mounted on a base. Now, the reason why this car is mounted on a base is because this was requested by McDonald's, because McDonald's says, hey, we don't want our diecast to be like choking hazards, which I don't see why is that. I mean, diecasts are cool, but I don't think they're delicious like, McDonald's. But anyways, let's go cover this diecast review, the official unboxing of Bubba Wallace's 2022 McDonald's car. And alrighty, guys, we got this diecast out of its box, and yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and probably talk about the diecast real quick, and then we'll probably get on to the juicy information, which is, of course, what happened this week with, Bubba Wallace. I must say, this is actually a pretty cool looking paint scheme, guys. If you guys are very familiar to his first win that came at Talladega of last year, then this looks pretty much quite familiar. I mean, I had the privilege of seeing this car actually, I think, run both Daytona races, which was pretty cool. So yeah, Bubba Wallace, man, let me tell you what, he's had some pretty good runs in this McDonald's car. Of course, he's scoring his first ever win in the McDonald's car from last year. But this is like a little mixture of like last year's car with like a little more updated graphics to it. As you can see right there, the big difference. You got the Big Mac and the McDonald's fries right there, looking pretty quite delicious. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I got to say about the paint scheme. As I'm going to show you guys a nice little 360 view. Bubba Wallace. What happened at the Las Vegas race, guys? Let me tell you what, I have been a big supporter of Bubba Wallace throughout his years, in NASCAR, whether that's being the Truck Series, his brief appearances in the Xfinity Series, and when he eventually went to Cup. I've stood by him, throughout this whole time because, I kind of, liked, where Bubba Wallace was coming from. However, though, I cannot support of what he did at Las Vegas, and let me tell you what, guys, especially if you guys do not know what's going on, then you're probably living under a rock. But yeah, Bubba Wallace unfortunately got into a racing incident / altercation with the fellow NASCAR Cup Series champion Kyle Larson. So apparently, I guess what happened was, what was it? I briefly was watching the race. I was going back and forth between that and the Bills game because love my Bills. But yeah, apparently what happened was that I guess Kyle Larson, I guess they were going like 3 wide, and I guess Larson ran up the middle and or he went down the inside and kind of got into Bubba Wallace heading to the tri-oval, and it got him into the wall. They ran out of room, and you guys know Bubba Wallace. He does have a pretty he's kind of got like that Kyle Busch temper, like he'll just go off in any second. I mean, we this is nothing really new or anything like that. We've seen Bubba Wallace go after some people eventually. Like I'm looking at the whole instance with William Byron, like back in a few years ago, I think in 19 or 20, I think at Watkins Glen. So or I think it was Kyle Busch as well, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So and then he had his moments with Alex Bowman at the Roval race and a few years ago. So he's had his moments. But I think this one right here that happened at Las Vegas was really cross the line. All right, I understand you're pissed off and you got jacked into the wall, but he said he had some sort of steering issues, but if you look pretty closely on the video, it looks like he just right hooked him, which that's something you never do. I mean, we saw that happen already with Noah Gragson at Road America in the Xfinity Series, and he didn't really get a race suspension. And then Ty Gibbs, of course, wrecking someone on pit road at Texas, no suspension as well. But how ironically that Bubba Wallace actually gets 1 race suspension, but no other. What is the word I'm trying to say? Like any other penalties? Because with how these next gen cars are, guys, I mean, the drivers can feel it, and I'm hoping the guy Kyle Larson is okay after that wreck, especially Christopher Bell as well. I think Bubba Wallace also, I think, made an announcement today as well, or what was it, like yesterday, that he apologizes for his actions. Not to Larson, though. He didn't apologize to Larson, but he, because I guess he's still upset about him. But with Christopher Bell taking him out of the playoffs or putting him in a situation where he could be eliminated, which sucks because Christopher Bell, I think, probably could have been a good championship contender. He still kind of is, but he's really in a tight hole now considering what just happened to Bubba Wallace. But let me tell you what, man. Alright, there's a lot of people that have already hated Bubba Wallace for quite a while, and you know who you are, and I'm keeping the comments very civil here because I know there are going to be, anytime I do a Bubba Wallace review, there's going to be those one people, the Bubba Wallace haters are going to come out and, say their stuff, so don't worry, that stuff won't be tolerated in this video, but all I can say is that I expected better from Bubba Wallace. What he did was kind of like what Kyle Busch did at, the Truck Series race at Texas, when he spun out Ron Horday. But, dude, come on. You don't do that. I mean, I get you're in the heat of the moment, and, you want to get some revenge. And, first of all, you right hook the guy. Now, after that, you literally just get out of your car and you want to start shit with Kyle Larson. Like, first of all, starting shit with Kyle Larson, good luck with that. I mean, Kyle Larson's not really a guy who likes to probably get into, people's atoms, get into people's apples, if you know what I mean. But I don't know. I just am disappointed in the choices that Bubba Wallace made. I don't hate the guy at all, but I definitely lost a lot of respect for him because, I expected better. I expected Bubba to be better, and hopefully he will learn from this because this definitely brought up a big-ass controversy at, Las Vegas. But, unfortunately, we're not going to see him race at Homestead coming this week. But going back to the good side about this guy, diecast guys, that Bubba Wallace actually almost had some good runs in this car, guys. I think he led a few laps in this car. I think like Michigan, and I think at Talladega as well, or like a few other races as well. Of course, the most notable thing I got to say is that he just won the Kansas playoff race, which was pretty darn cool. As you guys know, he did switch over to the 45, and a lot of people are kind of still confused by that. They did that because of the owner's points, so that's the main reason why. So. But that race win is definitely going to look nice. And plus, we also are going to be getting, Kurt Busch's Kansas win coming out as well. And his money line cars, so stay tuned for that. I might have that up in the, in the reviewing station pretty soon for y'all. But getting back to this paint scheme, guys, all I can say is that I think this is a solid upgrade, guys. I will say, I mean, this thing absolutely did sold out at Circle B Diecast. So when it first came out, like a few weeks ago or even a month ago, let me tell you what, man, this paint scheme definitely rocks. I do like, the yellow number. It makes it look pretty. I mean, it definitely screams McDonald's when you see that yellow number, guys. I do see the 23 is a little crooked right there, but, it's a fairly clean-looking diecast, guys. I will say that. But now let's get into the side-by-side comparison of the McDonald's car from last year. As you can see right there, there is some big inspirations of, this paint scheme. You see there's a lot more yellow, and, of course, the next-gen car is a lot more wider. I mean, we all pretty much know that by now, as I'm going to go and probably zoom out a little bit because, we want to actually see those close details of the next gen car. And I think what was it, my good friend Bushwhacker Reviews, I think he said that the vents are supposed to be actually above the logos, I believe. So I'm hoping that's something Lionel will fix in the future. I know they've already done it with some of the 124s, but hopefully pretty soon we're going to do that because that is technically what it's supposed to be. So looking at it now, it does look kind of weird that they overlap. So probably in the later run of the next gen diecast, we'll probably have that updated. Look at me, I'm already choking on a Big Mac, for Christ's sakes. Oh man. I'm more of a big nugget guy. But you can see right here, I mean, you kind of see where the paint scheme kind of drew some inspiration. Like, see where the yellow was and where the red was. I think this looks a little more cleaned up. I just like the simple look with the McDonald's logo. I think that having a lot more white and a lot less yellow, you would think would be kind of odd for a McDonald's diecast, but it looks pretty cool. And like I said, the yellow number really does look nice on this, guys. And Bubba Wallace almost could, for the second time in his career, guys, he finished second at this year's Daytona 500. I was rooting for the guy. I was rooting either him or Blaney to go and win the 500, which that would have been a hell of a first 500 for me, guys. I mean, my first 500 was pretty cool. I'm seeing Austin Cindric win it, but man, Blaney or Bubba winning that'd be cool. But and look at that, look at me, ABC. Good lord, this is the B pillar, Brian. But as you see that, wonderful decal quality that we got right there from Lionel is completely shifted like a damn. I don't even know, like that just doesn't look right. But it's standard for Lionel. Luckily, I'm not the lucky schmub, or I mean, I don't have money growing on my ass, but this is the plastic chassis version. You see where the holes are right there. There's a hole in the chassis. What the hell is this, Lionel? Just kidding. But I will say, guys, definitely go and pick this up. Probably the only thing I will have to criticize is that I don't know why the McDonald's logos are super duper tiny right here. Good lord, I think that's like the freaking kid size, if you know what I mean. There's a paint chip too as well. But if you guys love some Bubba Wallace and you love your McDonald's cars, I think this is one that I think a lot of people are going to like. And it's probably the only time you're ever get the McDonald's car because these are now mounted on bases. And because of that, I don't think we're going to see this in NASCAR Authentics, sadly. So it was a good run while it lasted, but McDonald's just said, hey, you know, we want our diecast on bases now because choking hazards. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this diecast review, and like I said, keep the comments very civil about Bubba Wallace. Feel free to comment below what you guys think about the whole Bubba Wallace situation. And yeah, this has been OBB, the diecast news guy. Thank you guys so much for watching this diecast review, this next gen diecast review of Bubba Wallace's 2022 McDonald's Toyota Camry for 2311 Racing. Comment, like, subscribe. This has been OBB. See you guys next time on another next gen review.